Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Data Test. As we promised over the previous video, we are happy to launch Databricks 101 series. Let us start today with Databricks Introduction module. What is Databricks? Let us take a simple example. It could be a superstore like Walmart. What does the Walmart do? Walmart brings together groceries, clothes, electronics, pharmacy, and all under one roof. Just like that, our Databricks is modern superstore for all our data needs. Would you like to maybe store and clean your data? Would you like to analyze your data? Do you like to build your data pipelines? Are you willing to build machine learning model? Or do you want to build a chatbot powered by Gen AI? Yes, all these things you can do it using Databricks platform. It is the data intelligence platform that we have powered by Gen AI. It is the unified data analytics platform where all your data engineering, data science, machine learning, and analytics teams can work together. Under the hood, Databricks is powered by Lakehouse. What is this Lakehouse? We will discuss about it in few minutes. And one more very interesting and favorable fact here is that in Databricks, you can develop your applications or maybe data pipelines using Python, SQL, Scala, or the data science language R. That is again very cool fact. Let's get started. And one more important thing that we have to notice is Databricks is being named as leader in both cloud database management as well as in data science. You can clearly observe that it is being recognized as the leader by the Gartner. Cool thing, right? I hope you are excited to learn such a fantastic okay platform. Fine. I was mentioning that Databricks is the platform powered by Lakehouse architecture. What is that Lakehouse architecture? Let us try to understand it. As you see in this diagram, Lakehouse is something that is giving us blend of data warehouse and data lake. Then you may be getting the question of what is data warehouse and what is data lake. Data warehouse is very popular and kind of traditional solution that we have around for our data problems. Here any organization which is dealing with data, right, it will collect the data from their multiple sources, and after collecting the data from multiple sources, the data will be cleansed, formatted, standardized, and it will be structured, and after structuring it, it will be stored into the data warehouse. So from here, our data analytics teams and all, they can pick the data and they can generate dashboards and all, the analytical dashboards. So one very key highlight here is that we are storing the data in structured format. That's nothing but in the form of tables, the rows and the columns. But then we have vast amount of the data. The organizations have vast amount of the data which they cannot fit in the form of rows and columns. So where do you store such kind of the data? May it be your audio files, may it be your video files, may it be the kind of product reviews that are being shared across the maybe e-commerce websites. So where to store all of that? The go-to solution for such kind of data could be what we say data lake. How different the data lake is from the data warehouse? In the data lake, as indicated by this, right, it accepts data in different forms. And that too, here, right, just like how different streams of water flows into the lake, into the data lake, different flows of the data will be flowing in their raw form. So the data is not cleansed, the data is not standardized, the data is not transformed, it's not curated before it's being stored onto the data lake. So what's the other implication of it? It's not organized. Maybe it's not something that is readily available to be used, especially for our analytical needs and all. Okay, it's difficult to just grab upon the data and utilize it. Maybe the data is fine for being used by our data scientists and machine learning engineers. But what if the part of the data that was there on the data lake is needed for our data analytics teams as well? So then you have to carve out data warehouse within your data lake. So that is again, you have to curate the data present in your data lake. So that way, organizations started building data warehouses out of their data lakes again. So combining these two, right? So we have today the lake house paradigm, which gives us the power of data warehousing features as well as the power of data lake features. Your data still will be sitting on the data lake, and for the data that is sitting in the data lake, we will be giving the powers of data warehouse. So what could be these powers of data warehouse and all? Simple things can be like ACID properties, okay, time travel versioning, okay, governance. So all that, right, can be done using the lakehouse. And Databricks is powered by lakehouse architecture. So this is one very important aspect. And other things that I just spoke about, Databricks is a unified platform. It is a go-to solution for all of our data teams. And it is cloud-based. Databricks platform is offered over the major clouds like AWS, Azure, and GCP. Great, right? And one more cool thing is Databricks is a platform built by the original creators of Spark, which is one of the very well-known framework for distributed data processing. And they also developed MLflow, which is used for our machine learning model development. And they are also the developers of Delta Lake. So what is this Delta Lake? I had been telling, using this lake house, we will try to bring the powers of data warehouse onto the data lake. That is possible through the underneath technology called Delta Lake. So with all these cool features, right, Databricks is having great promises for us and our data teams. Let us try to explore upon that in our upcoming videos. Stay tuned. Thank you.